Ladies and gents, welcome back. The world has moved on from the COVID-19 pandemic, and some of the biggest holdouts on moving on have declared that the pandemic is over, including the World Health Organization, brought to you by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And the head of it, Tedros, something or another, says that exactly, it's over.
Yesterday, the emergency committee met for the 15th time and recommended to me that I declare an end to the public health emergency of international concern. It's therefore with great hope that I declare COVID-19 over as a global health emergency.
It's done. It's done. He went on to say, hey, well, it's still an issue. It's still an issue. People still need to watch out because we're going to be living with it endemically. And this is the thing. Now, some people are still holding on to this here in Canada, namely the entire Liberal Party of Canada. And here we have from Dr. Leslyn Lewis of the Conservative Party. The World Health Organization declared the pandemic over last week. The Liberals had their convention this past weekend, and their campaign page still promotes to discriminate against 6 million unvaccinated Canadians with divisive vaccine mandates. And I would say it would actually include a lot more than that if you look at the definition for what is up to date in the Liberal Party. It puts a lot more people than you think. Now, here's the website. If you go to the website and you go to their main menu, look at the platform, scroll down, and right here, finishing the fight against COVID-19. Bam, there it is. Finishing the fight against COVID-19. Mandatory vaccines on planes, trains, and the Federal Public Service. Support proof of vaccination credentials. Safer indoor spaces like schools and businesses with better ventilation. Free vaccine boosters for everybody. Boosters. They're talking about boosters, not just regular vaccines on this. Now, this is where we're at with their website. Now, people on Twitter are also pointing out that the mobile version says exactly the same. It's still pushing to this as their main platform. Now, Marty up north posting this on Twitter because a lot of people are talking about this. Mandatory vaccination for travelers is now an official Liberal election promise linked to the 2023 convention page. And he's showing exactly what I just showed you there. Now, readers adding context, saying that the information being shared is from September 4th, 2021. The federal election was on September 20th, 2021. Mandatory vaccines for travel, federal public servants or general public is no longer required. Now, of course, people start doing their sleuthing immediately. The Prepared Canadian on Twitter looked into the source code of the website, and it shows right here on the mandatory vaccination page. It was last modified on Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023. This is still the platform of the Liberal Party. And while you can get into, just give them a shout. Give them a shout and ask them. Somebody did that. Odyssey here on Twitter says, here's a recording from today of a Liberal Party MP office confirmed they did discuss bringing back the vaccine mandates at the 2023 convention, but it still has to go through approval for those of you with only 2 original shots. Remember, you are considered unvaccinated now. This is the way it is moving forward.
Hello, Kenhardy's office.
Hi, who am I speaking with, please?
This is Kaji.
Hi, this is Tanya Rollands calling.
Yes?
I'm calling in regards to, I guess they had the Liberal convention back east this weekend.
Yes.
And there's been comments circulating on Twitter that they kept the vaccine mandates in their mandates on the Liberal website. Is that correct?
Yes.
So the Liberal Party is going to go ahead and mandate vaccines? That's what their party platform is?
That wasn't finalized, and so it's still up for discussion.
But it's showing up on their Liberal website as part of their platform.
Right, and it has to go through the approvals, and it was discussed at the convention, but it wasn't finalized yet.
Why is it on the website?
because it was discussed at the convention.
So I'll leave a link so you can check out the entirety of that conversation. There's a lot more to it that I can't show on YouTube, unfortunately. But Vesper D, a good friend of the channel, showed some footage of the Liberal convention and how it worked over there. There's the process of bringing people in and giving them the information that they need. Anyway, all jokes aside, here's an article from True North talking about other things that they did mention at the Liberal convention. The Liberal convention votes in favor of further internet regulation, universal basic income, and of course, vaccine mandates. These are the discussions that they had at the Liberal convention. The Liberal Party of Canada held its policy convention over the weekend, where the delegates debated and voted a number of policy resolutions or returns that could shape the party's platform for the next federal election. And I'll tell you something, Canadians don't want that. And go ahead, Liberals, go run on that. You're just not going to get elected. And this is the realization. The Liberal Party are ruining their own brand with their push in authoritarianism. It's just insane. Some of the most notable non-binding proposals included a push to adopt universal basic income, which is essentially communism, I guess, ending all subsidies to fossil fuel companies, requiring more farmers to reduce their carbon impact, and further regulating the internet. All the things that will just bring us down to a dystopian hellhole in this country. And these are the platforms that they're running on, of course. The article goes on to say one of the policy resolutions, including a new analysis from the Parliamentary Budget Officer on universal basic income and 270 days of consultations with stakeholders to eventually transition into a full program. The resolution claimed such a measure would reduce poverty and inequality while being adjusted for inflation. According to a 2020 study by the PBO, such a program could cost up to $197.2 billion annually, because we can totally afford that. This is, again, the Liberal platform and what they're going forward with. So yeah, if you had any doubts that this is actually what they're pushing, it is, it is for finishing the fight against COVID-19 that, again, the World Health Organization has declared to be over. And again, here is the tweet from here. Good news and great hope. Global health emergency of COVID-19 is over, from the World Health Organization. But yeah, this is backed by unpopular demand from the Liberal Party. Eva Chipiuk taking to Twitter to say, how is the science different on May 5th, 2023 in Canada than the rest of the world? While the World Health Organization has recognized the end of the pandemic and acknowledged the enormous economic and social impacts caused by it, the Liberal Party is still pushing for mandatory vaccination, further harms, and discrimination. Can someone let them know that the fear campaign has come to an end? Of course, Justin Trudeau recently saying that he did not force people to get vaccinated in what was now infamous words, because, well, of course, they in fact did. And this is happening across the provinces as well. Vaccine mandates are still in effect for a lot of people in their jobs. We just had a PSAC strike, the public sector union strike, where they were arguing for more money, more benefits, and to be able to stay home in their jammies while they did their job. Did not stick up for workers who chose not to take the COVID-19 vaccines. They actually allowed those workers to be fired and didn't file any grievances on their behalf. We've seen this in British Columbia, where nurses and practitioners are still not working, while the Bonnie Henry administration has put forward and renewed the emergency of COVID-19 and insisting that all healthcare workers have to be vaccinated, including boosters now. So not just the 2 initial doses, but including boosters being up to date. I believe up to 3 need to be done. I'll have to double check that one. But this is the trend with government in Canada. It is not what the people want. We want to move on. We want to get on with our lives. But thanks to the Liberal Party and their platform, they want to bring more of that to us. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about this whole situation. Leave a comment in the comment section down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.